up, deuces, everyone? Welcome to the stream, early morning stream, live from Azeroth. You're in the queue, Big J. Welcome to it, bros. Well, today's being a little bit different of an episode. This episode's for my dad and my brother, who understood, took the time. So my brother didn't really understand what was going on. I kind of told my dad what was going on, but I created this document for them, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. How special it is to me that they gave me this time to become elite, and what's going to happen for next season. So yeah, here you have the banner page, and it's just my username on World of Warcraft, my guild Make the Writer Great Again, and my rating, and basically saying top half percent globally, 4,700 total hours in game time. So I condensed 2 working years into 11 months, which is pretty crazy. Uh, yeah, it's like psycho, man, psycho stuff. But when you want to get a goal, you really and you're reaching for it and you're motivated. It doesn't seem like that. It doesn't seem like it's that hard of a grind. So, yeah. So this document I just wrote to my brother and my dad, just thanking them for their time. And this is my character on WoW. It's a red attribution paladin. Uh, Total rounds, 13,000 total rounds over the last 11 months. So yeah, dudes, we've been freaking on the gas pedal the whole time. We did get banned for a week in there, and I didn't play for a week and a half or 2 weeks in there. So yeah, it's kind of wild that I still had that many rounds. The next closest was nothing. Not nothing, but the next closest, the highest rounds that someone else played was 2,000. Yeah. They found one guy that played before, but he didn't have 13,000 rounds. He had like 10,000. So yeah, that's so I'm like one of the only people in the world ever to have 13,000 rounds in less than a year by 5 times. So you can see how much work that is putting in. Yeah, and like I said, it didn't feel like work. It felt like fun, and but I knew that I was aiming at a goal that I really really wanted, and I wanted to make it stick and really hit the landing on it. I knew with all my consulting experience working for Fortune 100s that if I just put my mind to it and had kept my feet grounded and just grinded every day, that I could make it happen. So I had doubt. You always have those doubts along the way, but they kind of diminish as you get better and better, and you can see the goal. You can see the goal forming. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Here's just a table of contents I put down, just to have a thing that everyone wants to print it. This is my brother. I said first, thank you. That's for the stuff he bought me. He bought me a keyboard, and he let me have my computer back after I sold it to him because he bought one with a 4090 in it. Just rips. That thing just rips face. Yeah. And he bought me this keyboard and all this other stuff. Now that I'm not working, and yeah, just he continues to do that for me. So I just really appreciate that type of stuff, and yeah, it just makes me happy that he does that for me because yeah, it's nice to be able to count on somebody for something. These days are out here are rough now. You only have a few close friends nowadays when you're 45, so it's nice to have a brother that really cares. Um, he always talked to me, when I fell down or when I was in West Palm Beach. Always text me back and forth. So I've always felt that was good. We have a good relationship now. Yeah, and I just really appreciate his support. Next, we're gonna talk about this is just the breakdown of basically, towards the end, you start winning more, so your wins and losses don't really reflect like your rating. Um, so yeah, but that's why I have more losses than wins. And then yeah, I want to say like April 2025, I never touched the game until yeah that day. I did play a little. Well, that's a lie. I did play a little bit during Dragonflight, but not like anything. Not a grind or anything. I just play it for fun. I only played like 3 months, so yeah, it wasn't really anything. It was just kind of like for fun, but nothing serious. And I didn't know anything about the game. I knew like 5 buttons. Five. I knew Wake of Ashes. That's pretty much it. You know, like I knew how to deal damage. I didn't know how to heal or bubble or do any of the other stuff that we do at this level. So yeah, pretty funny. So yeah, I just picked up the game in April. I wanted to get good at something, and I kind of looked around, and it was like, what are you gonna be good at? Like League of Legends. And I didn't honestly. I played League of Legends a few times. It was fun, but I just couldn't get into it. But and I knew that would be like a top revenue stream if you ever got really good at it. But there's a I just couldn't. I just don't think I could hack it at League of Legends. Um, yeah, I just didn't like the game that much, so I didn't want to do that. And there's racing games you can get good at, like all the racing games they have on Steam. You know, you can get really good at and play those professionally. But I wasn't. I like racing cars, of course. Boy, racing cars is fun. But yeah, I just didn't have like the setup or the setup at the time. And I was living in an apartment, and I didn't just wanted to have, be as minimalist as possible. I thought if I get a racing gear gig, racing rig thing, it'd be like kind of like too much in an apartment, you know. So yeah, I didn't do that. But yeah, I was living in West Palm Beach for 2 years after I crashed out from my career, like 18 years being a consultant for a software company in Silicon Valley. So here's you can see my client portfolio here. So I work for JP Morgan. These are just a few. I work for over like 50 clients, and these are just the big ones like JP Morgan Chase, PepsiCo, Federal Reserve Bank, Mercedes Benz, Navy Federal Credit Union, MF Global, the eighth largest bankruptcy in the world now. Pretty funny they went bankrupt. Not funny. I shouldn't say that. Pretty interesting. It was an interesting story. I almost quit Informatica and joined them, and I probably should have. Actually, looking back on it now, really would have changed my um, career in a good way, I think, and I would have been able to get healthy probably way sooner. And yeah, just they were gonna offer me a shit pot of money. I don't know why I didn't take it. I thought it was better. I don't know. I was having too much fun being a consultant, you know, and traveling, and was still kind of interesting and fun. But yeah, life would have been a lot different. I'd have been living in the city of Chicago, nice high rise apartment. That'd have been cool. I always wanted to live downtown in a high rise, but it's so expensive and they're super small. So yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah. So those are some of the clients I worked for. And here's what the clients actually said about me. This is pretty interesting. You know, they said, "Yo, what's that? One of the best Informatica has to offer." Jeremy's a rock star out the client. Jeremy's demonstrated outstanding technical and non-technical abilities. His knowledge at the operating system level was provided by the opportunity to automate many integration tasks. Jeremy is a very independent worker, requires little to no supervision. Yeah. But I crashed out hard, bros. Geez, you know, all the drugs and alcohol. I just liked the party lifestyle. I hated my job by the end of it. Hated it. I hated being on the road. I hated being at home doing it. I hated everything about it. And yeah, I just crashed out so hard, dude. So hard. And my friend Cynthia passed away. Yeah. And the most beautiful girl you'll ever meet, ever. That rocked my world, man. I went on a bender, 6 day bender. Came back from that and that home and yeah, got a plan to go to rehab after that. That was my lowest of lows right there. That really was low, really low. I was really depressed and sad. She's one of my best friends. I mean, so yeah, it just sucks. But anyway, I spent 2 years in West Palm Beach just trying to get better. I didn't want to go back to my job as a consultant because it was like just going back into the misery that I left when I crashed out. And I thought nothing's gonna be different. I'm still gonna get tons of stress and tons of things I didn't want in my life anymore. Heaped on me by my job. I coming out of that rehab, like I just didn't believe in myself anymore. You know, didn't believe in myself, and I didn't think I could do the job too. Like I thought there was no way. I just couldn't do it. So yeah, I was out, and I got a stay-at-home from work job, but it didn't pan out. It wasn't the right fit skill-wise, and I tried hard, but yeah, just too much to learn, and I don't know. I just wasn't for me. So that crashed out super hard, dude. But I spent two years in West Palm Beach getting better. Got that job right after I left West Palm Beach. Was living in West Palm Beach for a while, and actually crashed out there too. I went to this rehab in Chicago, and there I like learned, got my self confidence back. I got just brain rewired. Actually, was able to talk about like what happened to me and like what was going on with me at the time. Was able to like have the space and trust in others to like tell them like what I really feel like and what it's like to have schizophrenia and stuff. What it's like to put major depression. What it's like to have anxiety and stuff. So I finally felt like I found my people. You know, West Palm Beach is full of these East Coast fucking tools. I don't know. Just wasn't for me, dude. Those guys on the East Coast, they're not for me. I don't get along with the East Coast at all. So yeah, dudes, that's it. And it was tough. But Chicago renewed me and gave me a lot of energy for going forward. Just kind of what like my parents and brothers saw while I was doing this. Just like someone sitting at the computer for 16 hours. When I was doing like elite level deliberate practice at 39 sessions a day, equivalent of a professional athlete's training block. Yeah, so my brother and dad were just sitting at my computer. I told them what I was trying to do, but you know, when I was at my job, I was the best at it in the world. You know, they would call me in when shit was on fire, basically. I'd write the shit, and you know, probably one of the best informatic administrator in the world. With tons of tooling and setups and all sorts of crazy things about the product. And they send me when no one else could do it. So yeah, I thought, you know, you're the best in the world. That's something I thought, well, you know, if I can do that once, I can do it again. It's just repetition, practice, and knowledge. And so, why not me? You know, why not me? But looking out from the outside, I can see how that's so hard to like comprehend. Like someone sitting in front of the computer for that long a day, every day, it feels like they're doing nothing. You know, like if you're on the outside looking in. So yeah, I can see like it causing my family stress and stuff. And so I wrote this document for them to like tell them like really what's going on. You know? They see a video game on the screen. I see a real-time strategy system requiring cooldown tracking, burst window execution, positional awareness. No different than a chess master's board. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. and why I found WoW PvP so interesting is because it's really like chess. Like honestly, it's one of the hardest uh, games to learn. Like if you look at like what's that game called again? Damn, League of Legends. There's only like 5 or 6 spells, and in World of Warcraft you have like 14 or 15, 16. Yeah, so I mean that's a lot of different combinations put together. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of different rules about how cooldowns work and how um, stunning works, immobilization in the game works. So yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the game that we have to track manually or with the add-ons. And I wasn't good with the add-ons because I didn't I didn't know all what the spells were. So I couldn't learn like 300 spells from 11 different classes and 10 different races. Like that's not something I could learn so right away, and like it takes a long time to like really understand what that spell actually does for each class. It's a different spell for each class. So yeah, so what I learned is more of a pressure feel game, and so like that's how I play because I don't know all the spells and I don't know everything about the game. So I learned like pressure, rotation, what spells hit hard by the animations, what the animations made look like for them. Not many people play like that. It's very rare. So I'm more of a feeling type player. Um, yeah, they saw me losing games, getting frustrated. Throwing the controller at the TV type shit sometimes. Or yeah, just being sad or up or down based on how you're doing in the game. Almost like how much money you have in your bank account. Sometimes when you have a lot of money, you're real happy. When you don't have a lot of money in your account, like, oh fuck, So yeah, I think it's interesting how that works when you're on tilt or not. Just like in poker or anything else, you're on tilt. They saw waste of time, but I saw I'm putting hardcore grind to get better. 47 hours in 11 months. It's 2 full-time jobs. So yeah, I was really putting in a lot of effort. And I was working around a sleep schedule that really sucks. I can't get my meds right. So yeah, I'm working on a sleep schedule that is fucked up. Basically. And that makes life real hard. Yeah. And yeah, I just need a reset. Here's just a comparison of like Carber's Germany versus Arena Jeremy. Yeah, consulting manager, tournament Paladin. Yeah, I'd walk into a fortune hunt. They'd call me, they'd parachute me in when things were bad. Or to build up a data infrastructure from scratch. So really, your sales deal is on the line, or an entire project is on the line based on the infrastructure that you are supposed to build. Yeah. Versus boxing in arena lobbies and sets other people's HP on fire. That's way more fun. Well, I don't know. There's some fun projects. The color credit union is fun, but yeah, it's real fun to like take some from 100 to 0 like a fun burst. Track petabytes of data across distributed grid environments. Yeah, that really helps me. I don't know. Track 6 different enemy cooldowns simultaneous, 0 add-ons. Yeah, I didn't use any cooldown trackers. It's too much information on the screen, man. Like, you gotta be able to play the damn game. And you can feel the pressure, you can feel the CDs, you can feel, and if you know, like every 30 seconds, like for everybody, they get a like stun. Then every time you get stunned, you just every 30 seconds, you just know you're getting stunned, or someone's getting stunned. Maybe it's not even some of the other 3 players, but you know that they have that stun. So it's just like every 30 seconds, you just know, just count it out. It's in your head. I kind of base it like on I base how everything works almost on what my cooldowns are. I know like if I have a stun, they have a stun. If when my stun comes back online, their stun comes back online. So I just kind of track it with my own kind of methodology that way. I group it together, and then that's how I think about it. Yeah, food is kind of placed on short notice. Yeah, that was terrible. Get a call Sunday night at like 10 p.m. You think you're gonna have a week off, and it's like pack your bag last minute. I'd go buy new clothes. I wouldn't even wash my clothes. I'd just go buy new ones. Oh my god, that was a mess. So, yeah, Q39 rounds a game. It's kind of like that, I guess. Managing team politics, offshore devs, stakeholder expectations. Managing random teammates, bad comps, tilt, and DPS queues. Yeah, it's just having resiliency, really. And that's one of my biggest traits is I have a lot of resiliency. Can deal with like non-ideal scenarios and stuff like that. Clients, JP Morgan Chase, PepsiCo, Federal Reserve, Mercedes Benz. We were at Paladin. Actually, I'm ranked 79th. Number two is wrong. Ranked 79th. I think it's lower if it's just Horde only, but yeah, I'm ranked 79th. So, clients called back, called Rockstar. Yeah, that's true. I was at this one client and I was just kicking ass and taking names. And it's fun when you're winning. And that's before we got bought out, and we were just winning like crazy. It was so fun. I never been part of, when you're part of a company culture that's winning. There's nothing, no better feeling, no better feeling. Especially for work life, for your work life, career wise. When you're winning, it's just so much fun. When you're not winning, it sucks. That's when we got bought out by this Canadian uh, uh, like company that does acquisitions, leans out your company and then sells it or takes them public again. Renault after 18 years needed a reset. Yeah, I totally just flamed out, crashed out. Found the reset, turned into a second elite tier career. Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. I'm going for legend this season. I think I can hit it with the volume. Just the amount of volume I have, and now that I plateaued at 2300 and stayed there, like I know that like I can win enough games to get it. So that's my goal, dudes. All right. Define my pressure, endurance, and doing what others couldn't. Define my pressure, endurance, and doing what others couldn't. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a certain type of mentality to queue that many games or queue that many solos, shuffles. You just gotta have the right mentality because you gotta be able to like I just meditate during when we're waiting for the queue to pop. If I'm not like online, I just wait for the queue to pop, and I just sit there and meditate and don't think about anything and focus on and they have one point of good focus of nothingness. Yeah, I don't know. I learned that by doing astral projection for 2 years. That's what I did in rehab for 2 years. Is that I just laid down on my bed and did astral projection for 2 years straight. Yeah, so I got like 4,000 hours of astral projection time, and now like my dreams are almost seem like they're real. That's pretty wild. So yeah, it's pretty cool actually. It's really fun. Really fun. I really like doing it, and yeah, I think just like to just sit quietly in your own thoughts or no thoughts at all, just you know, being in the moment, being present. There's really nothing. The skills never left. The pressure never left. The drive never left. Just gave him a new map to run on, which is true. It just talks about solo shuffle, what World of Warcraft is. Um, you might hear me talk a lot about wings if you're not familiar with that. It's just the most powerful spell that distribution Paladin has for damage. Uh, when you hit it, your damage increases, and uh, for like 12 seconds, so or 20 seconds, depending on which wings you have, which talent you take. So yeah, basically it's just a really powerful damage spell, and you try to kill during this 12 or 20-second window. So you get this 20-second window of opportunity every 1 minute. It's kind of so. Of course, other people are trying to kill you, but that's the general theme is you want to kill someone within this 20-second window. Here's the rating tier system. So yeah, this is 1-0 to 1,000 starting out. You just started. Welcome to pain. Enjoy the chaos. 1,000 to 1,400 learning. Getting the basics down. Most brand new players are here. 1,400 to 1,800 average competitive player. Most people never leave here. So yeah, I just want to talk about this. 16 to 1,800. This is back where we were like in June and July, where yeah, we were up and down 1,400, 1,600, 1,400, 1,600. The mat was just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So we weren't consistent. Some games you play really well, and other games you just flop on, even though you're trying hard. It's just pressing the button, or you didn't you didn't know patterns as well of how people play and what each class did and all that stuff. So it was hard. It was really hard and difficult to learn that way, especially with no like weak auras or um, when I didn't have a Luvia installed then either, so I didn't know the rotation that well. So yeah, it's kind of like flying blind. 18 and 2100, generally good, top fifth of all players globally. That's pretty good. 1800 is like where people say that like sometimes the problem's not you. Sure, you're not always looking in the mirror when you lose. You're looking through the window. So yeah, it's kind of like pretty good, pretty good. You'll stop 1600 pretty easily. 2100, 2400, elite. That's where we are. Top half percent to 1% of players. Very few people reach this. 2400, 2700 is glad. Top 3/10 of a percent. Special mount recognized PvP legend. 3,000 plus is rank 1. So rank 1 is the top 0.01% or top 0.1% of players. Yeah. So pretty interesting. I want to get to Gladiator, which is legend this season. So it's gonna be pretty tough, but I think we got a lot of trade wins, in that no one's gonna have Louis or any of the add-ons this season. I played without the add-ons for a while, so I'm gonna have a really big advantage. It's gonna be awesome. And it's gonna kill a lot of 1,800 players because they rely on add-ons so much to play 1,800. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome for us. So it just says not only did we achieve elite on solo shuffle, we're also elite on 2v2 arenas. Yeah, so I had 2100 and 2v2 as well. Not 2300, but 2100. So yeah, that felt good. Felt really good to play 2v2 with my coach. And that's really where I learned a lot of stuff from him. So I'd say get coaching if you can. Like, if you have the money to get some coaching, get it every once in a while, because they'll tell you like what you need to fix. I suggest getting it in like 1 or 2 hour blocks, just maybe once a month, just to, like check in, see what's wrong and what you can fix. Like for me right now, I know that I can fix my micros. That's like War Stomp and Searing Glare, because I just don't use them enough. I don't use War Stomp at all usually in a match, but I really need to. I need to start using it way more. So yeah, dudes, there's always something like the fact that I'm at this level and I don't use Searing Glare or War Stomp regularly is pretty wild. So that means we still have like tons of upside. seasons round 760 tracked. Actually, it's probably more like 9,000 rounds because of all the pre-patch rounds we didn't track. Here's just the shuffle rating graph. You can see July where we were, August, September, October, November, December, March. So yeah, pretty awesome. As the numbers are fully verified by checkpvp.fr. So if you want to ever check those, you can. Average games per day. Yeah, these are average games per day, and this is just wild. How many games we're playing? 45 games a day peak. It's pretty wild. It's 8 solo shuffles a day. Sometimes I do up to like 15 solo shuffles a day though. This is just average numbers over the months. Numbers that break people. Months, 334 days of queuing. 13,000 divided by 334, 39 games every single day. Each game cycle, 22 minutes. 39 games times 22 minutes, 14, 16 hours a day. Yeah, that's about right. Total estimated 4,700 hours in 11 months, equivalent to 2.5 full-time working years, compressed into less than 1 year.
Do you remember your dreams?
Okay, we've got.
What would life be like if we couldn't dream?
Chill Step came back on.
In a universe with an abundance.
Flow State. So yeah, now I'm playing with Flow State or Code Flow or whatever you want to call it. But basically your conscious brain doesn't think about the actions that you're doing. Your amygdala basically knows the pattern. It does pattern recognition and all sorts of crazy stuff. And you're pressing the buttons, and it feels like you're just a passenger on the train or a passenger in a car, where it's automatic. Like the buttons are automatically flowing out of you faster than you can think consciously. It's wild. It's wild. It's like what Michael Jordan feels, or any like top athlete feels when they play. That's how I feel now that I played this many games. It's so wild to feel that way. Um, like I said, it's just like you're a passenger in a car, but you're driving it. You're driving it, or it's like Tesla's Tesla's auto drive. You tell it where to go. You tell it that you're in an arena match. Your conscious brain does, and then your amygdala just takes over and just does it all. It's like water flowing into a cup or knife through butter. It just you're all kind of anxious before the match and you don't know what to do and you're like, okay, remember this, remember that. But when I'm playing, it just flows. It's crazy. It's such a cool feeling. I hope everyone gets good at something that they feel that. And like there's like time dilation, so like it feels like I have a ton of time when I don't. When I only have 5 seconds, I need to do a heal on the DPS and sacrifice the healer, and then continue my burst. It feels like time slowed down. I have just a ton of time to do it, and I go back to my burst and kill. So yeah, it's just cool. I hope everyone can feel that one day, whatever their expertise is. This is just Red Paladins, like how a DPS feels when you're attacking them. So looking confident, minor panic when they're at 85% health. This is when you're starting to hit them real hard. They're starting to. This is when they're starting to move. This is when they're like bring the trinket. They don't have a bubble. button mashing at 10% and eliminated. They're done. So that's kind of how it works. I was just talking about what people say about me in Reddit threads. I kind of tracked what they were saying and just kind of wrote it down. And yeah. It's Reddit Roast Hall of Fame. So I put in there for my dad to read just for fun. Here's the receipts. Here's 2314 screenshot. Elite with the purple badge. This is just I had the most damage. 6-0. Most talent tree. What a form of school. I like this one. My bot. That's always a good one. I like when they say that. It makes me laugh. Therapy near me. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny stuff. I would listen there for my dad. So you can see just some stuff people are saying that people would say when they play me. Some other just funny stuff I had in there, just for my dad, so he could look at it. This is where we get real, guys. Content creator future. Grok AI channel identity. Like this is what I want to do next. Rank 1 from Zero documentary. I have all my VODs and stuff, so I could definitely do this. Like, have my dad do the interview or something, and like put in clips and stitch in clips of me playing as we go along. Like I was doing health wise during that time, and where I was in life and all that type of stuff. How down I was, like climbing up by my bootstraps. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, this is eventually where we want to get. I want to do coaching. I want to do corp to arena mental health crossover. Those are, I think, gonna be big ones. And definitely people are doing live solo shuffle grinds. So yeah, I feel really good about that. It's gonna be fun. Guys, we're just starting out, and like we're still, I hear people say like 6 to 9 months into your streaming career, you kind of get a lot of people looking at your channel because you start getting good at talking and playing at the same time. Your rating goes up, so more people want to watch you and stuff. So yeah, things are looking up. These are just some like streamers, like sponsors that sponsor streamers. Gaming chairs. Cool to have a gaming chair and like some peripherals. I don't know if I do the energy drinks. Monster, if only if it's Monster. Uh, yeah, be cool. So yeah, just learned my future self. So I wrote this just to be my future self. So gotta write that shit down, dog. Write it down. Yeah, this is just what being rank 1 or gladiator means. Respect and uh, respect and coaching and like when your content goes viral, stuff like that. And like I don't want to project when I'm gonna hit rank 1 or if I ever will. I think gladiator is a good goal for now, or legendary, I guess you call it, legendary territory. It's 2700. This is legend. It should be legend right here. Gladiator. Which is gladiator. I I'm gonna try to get 2,700 this season. I think that's a good goal. And yeah, it'll be awesome. And most players try queuing up like 1,000, 2,000 games a season. Never even reach. Don't reach elite for up for around 3 years. It takes most people, most normies, it takes 3 years to get to elite. We did it in 11 months, so it was pretty cool. This is just some other stuff I put in there about wrote down about uh, how I felt each month. We don't have to get in that now. This is just for like me to know how I felt. I'm not gonna get into that too much. This is running on kind of long now, but just yeah, how I felt every month, month by month. This is just my clinical diagnosis that I put in here. Flow state permanent installation FSPI. Grok did that. It's pretty cool. It's for my dad, so I put some funny stuff in there for him. Clinical summary progress is kind of funny. Extreme intrinsic motivation disorder, severe, irreversible. Excellent. Produces everything it touches. Deliberate practice hyperfocus syndrome. Severe. 13,000 reps. Excellent skill. Permanently out and non-removable. Burnout. Recovery. Transcendence arc. Resolve. Transcendence achieved. Facts. Excellent. Reset. Produce higher ceiling than before. Flow state. Permanent installation. Stable. Operating at peak continuously. Excellent. Q-pop. God mode. Automatic. Yeah, it's true. Tilt extinction event. Complete. Tilt last observed game 5,000. Dude, yeah, it's true. Because when you play so many games, you know you can make up the MMR no matter what. So it just doesn't matter. Like if you have shitty, if you go 2-4, 1-6, or 1-5, 2-4, like it just doesn't matter. Because you know that you're better than that, and you learn something during that game too. So it's always good. Losing, you learn more usually. So yeah. Trajectory syndrome, active, gathering momentum, inevitable, one more season. That's awesome. Final clinical verdict. Patient presents with a rare and frankly impressive combination of psychological traits that produces elite performance when aimed at any sufficient difficult domain. The 18 years of Fortune 100 consulting and the 13,000 remaining rounds are not separate stories. They are the same person, the same brain, the same wiring, pointed at different things, producing the same result. Elite. I like that. That's just a lot of glossary for my dad, so you know what everything means. Yeah. So that's the document, guys. I just wanted to go over that today and just talk with you guys and relax and chill. And yeah, that's it, dudes. So thanks for joining. We'll talk later. Deuces.